Hello, there's some really important updates in Photoshop concerning selections that are going to make your life a great deal easier when working in Photoshop. Of course, selections are the way in which you select or choose part of the canvas in which to have an operation occur. That means I can select or choose a certain part of this image, and the effects of whatever I do, filter, brush tool, erasing, whatever, will only happen within the selected area. Most of the time, that selected area can be defined by what we call the marching ants, the little dotted line that moves around whatever you have selected. Sometimes there's a little bit of a difference, and you will see what's called a mask to show the selected area. That has a lot to do with the first selection tool that's been upgraded, and that is the lasso tool. And if I look over here, right here, we see the new lasso selection tool. It's actually a paintbrush to select an area. So you can use that paintbrush to define whatever area you'd like. So let me come back over here, and I'm going to select an area by just painting it. So say I want to select this black balloon, and I'm not going to be, it's not a particularly precise selection tool. It's more like kind of an estimate and a quick way to select a general area. If you want to do something really precise, there are other tools that are more precise. You can see I haven't quite gotten the edges here, but if I want to get rid of an area that I've selected, I just hold down the Option or Alt key, Option on the Macintosh, and I can come in here and kind of trim up, and then take my hand off of that Option key or Alt key to make any corrections the other way, to come back and select. Whatever is painted pink in this case is the part that's selected. Then to get the marching ants, all I have to do is go to a different tool, and then I can select that, turn it into marching ants. So I'm going to use the screen tool here, which should lighten everything. I'm going to make it bigger just so it goes faster. And you can see gradually this gray, the black balloon is becoming grayer and grayer and grayer and getting lighter. I'm only at 10% opacity. Up here, I just changed it to 90. That's going to make it happen a lot faster. So that is how the new selection brush tool works. So again, it's up here. It's one of, under the lasso kind of tools. You have the regular lasso tool, the polygonal lasso tool, and the magnetic lasso tool. Those are all described in your book, but the selection brush tool came out after the book was published, so I'm covering it here. Another new tool that came out very recently, and is not a selection tool, but in a way has to do with kind of selecting in a kind of a roundabout way. That is the adjustment brush. And once you click on this, you can go up to the options bar up here, right here. There's the adjustment selection brush, adjustment tool brush. There is the adjustment tool brush. I can come up to the options bar here and choose any of these various options to adjust it. I'm going to choose black and white, and then I can come in here and you can see when I start painting, it's going to make a new layer with a layer mask, and what it's actually doing is painting on the layer mask. Wherever I paint, it's going to turn it to whatever the adjustment is. In this case, it's black and white, so I've just turned, his skin black and white, leaving his hair that color. And I can go in and undo it by just switching my brush. As you can see right here, I've got white as the foreground color, black as the background color, white, black. If I want to switch those, just hit the X key, and then I can come in here and bring back anything that I painted wrongly, or if I've changed my mind, I can just come in and get all that back. And you can see the layer mask right here is suddenly, I've got just a little bit of black and white up here apparently. You can see it right at the top of the head there. And that is a nice way to control where your adjustments goes. We've always had an adjustment layer in Photoshop for quite a long time, but this just makes it a little bit more one step kind of less to deal with that. So it automatically makes a new layer, an adjustment layer, and puts a layer mask on it. So those are the two newest additions to Photoshop as of this recording, and both of those can make your life easier. Give them a try, practice them, and see how it goes. So those are the two newest additions to Photoshop as of this recording, and both of those can make your life easier. Give them a try, practice them, and see how it goes.